right, we're live. All right. Welcome to Monstieur.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Welcome to Monstieur, a show where we discuss and redesign some of the most iconic characters and creatures in entertainment from both the past and present. Today there are five of us. We got Tuncer Eren. We got Luke Schroder.
Hello.
David. What's
David Combs. Yeah, that's
Dave?
my name.
David Combs. Sorry, David or Davis. Davis Combs. Not David. He hates that. Sally Jackson and
Call me
myself.
Davis. That's fine.
and myself,
Sorry, I'm stepping all over you.
J. J.R. Coffron or James Coffron, whichever you prefer. In the art world, J.R. Coffron. We'll stick with that. So, yeah, that's today's subject matter. We're discussing Jeepers Creepers. We all watched it. We all watched it, right? We did.
Oh
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched, I watched all three.
Oh shit, you went hard.
I
Okay.
watched two for sure, but that's the first time I can honestly tell you that I did do my homework and watch these movies.
Oh shit, mate! If you've been pretending this whole time.
I'm 40 years old. I don't need to watch Child's Play.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough, huh?
Very cheeky.
So,
40 years old. I don't need to watch Child's Play.
whoa, that had a little reverb right there. So, so you watched all three.
Mhm.
What inspired that?
My husband hadn't seen the first one, and I was like, "Well, you should watch it because it's a fun film." And after we watched the first one, we just started watching the rest just because it's fun background sound, and but the second one's fun, but it's a bit shit. And then the third one is hilariously awful, amazingly awful. It's worth watching for how bad it is. It's so bad,
All right.
phenomenally.
Isn't that the that's the typical MO for third movies, yeah?
Yeah, but they broke all their previous rules of the other films. With the other films, sure, the creeper shows up in daylight, but he would always be against the sun, so his features would be in shadow. But now in the third one, he was always in direct sunlight, so he would just look like a weird guy walking around.
Good
And it
luck.
was just really bizarre. And the makeup wasn't as good, even though the film was made like 10 years later than the others. It was very, very bizarre. But yeah, it's worth watching for how hilarious.
I should watch that. I wonder, do they have the same guy playing the creeper?
No, he looks different. I think it's a different guy. Definitely different.
Uh, the first one, I haven't seen the other two, but the first one I really appreciated the something that was missing that's often missing in a lot of scary movies or horror films or whatever, is they had a little bit of character development. They kind of made you like the first two characters coming in.
Mm.
They're very likable characters. They have a
Yeah.
little backstory. It wasn't just teenagers going on a camping trip. Something I really appreciated about the build up. I mean, of course, there's some tropes that they had with like the psychic girl or the psychic woman and whatnot, which is a little tropey. But aside from that, I liked it.
Yeah, I think it worked because they were brother and sister rather than romantically into each other. Because usually
Right.
those slashes are about kids having sex, and this was about a sibling relationship instead. So it kind of didn't fall into that kind of same layer of cheese, maybe.
Oh, we got a Sisu Haya. I don't know if I'm butchering that or not. Not Davis. That's QOB. I've seen the videos. First one was good. Yeah, much agreed. First one was fantastic. Don't know about the other two, but Davis, you showed us that little clip where Jeepers Creepers was actually inspired.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I like to look up the backstory of films and whatnot. So I was really looking for like a documentary about the making of it, but nothing like that really exists. But I saw that thing, and it's an old unsolved mysteries show, and I hadn't seen that show in forever. That's Robert Stack and that crazy theme music that really gets you in the
Oh yeah.
mood. But that whole backstory, that whole first 20 minutes of that film is just based on that story. That's
It's really
wild,
cool.
man. That's yeah, that's pretty crazy.
You
But you were talking about real quick. You were talking about the like character development, and I wanted to mention this just briefly because there was something that happened in that movie that I didn't catch on to when I first watched it, whatever it was, like 15, 20 years ago. But there's this thing that happens where they see the license plate, and the license plate is beating you. That
Yeah.
was the license plate, if you remember it.
Yeah.
And and there's something that happens in the car where the brother is talking to his sister, and she was like, what's up with you and that guy that you were seeing? What did he do to you? And he pauses for a second, and he says, "Beating you?" And it cuts to her face, like this knowing look on her face, like. But then it cuts back to him, and you find out no, he's talking about the license plate. But in her mind, she's thinking that he's cued into like her like personal trauma. I thought that was just absolutely brilliant. Like it's
Yeah,
not overplayed character development. It's just fantastic.
you wouldn't expect it, and then but then again, it's also kind of just it's never really followed up upon either. Which could be a criticism of it. Like you put, you don't put a shotgun in the room unless you're going to use it, kind of thing. It's a it's a weird one.
No, I thought it was a good choice, especially
Hmm.
towards the end when the creeper makes that choice. Like she's trying to get him, the creeper, to take her, but now he's the one that's really scared, and she's been through so much of herself, in her own life, that she's not going to be the one that he takes.
I actually found that
Spoiler
bit.
for everybody in the audience.
I found that bit really funny because it's just like, well, why the creeper already knows he doesn't want you because your organs aren't as good, mate. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
change his mind. So it's like, why would he change his mind? Why would he have compassion? He'd be like, no, whatever.
Tuncer, did I introduce you? I have a feeling
Nope.
I didn't. Oh my God, I apologize. Because Tuncer doesn't have a camera going on, I managed to not introduce him. He's another artist that's joining us as well. He does not have a camera, so a little
Hello once
introduction on the
again.
back, and he's a great artist. And you guys will see that as the show progresses. So let's take a
That's a
little
bit
look.
We'll
of a
just
stretch.
assume that he's nude right now.
Well, yeah,
I am. I kind of am, actually.
that's how he paints.
It's not.
He paints in the
And
nude.
he is
It's
the
my
best looking
process.
person in this room.
Let's take a little look at the chat. We got some of Davis's peeps in here. Let's see. Hey everyone. Let's see.
Oh, hey
Who's
guys.
that douche in the upper right? I'm guessing
Yeah.
you're in the upper right, Davis. So introduce yourself.
Yeah. I don't usually have my camera on, so they don't usually take a look at my charming mug. So, but now they see me. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
Tonka Radio responded to saying on he commented on what you were just saying a moment ago, Davis. He said that was a good version of the show not tell. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that too.
Yeah, be subtle. Yeah. Too many movies that just hit you over the head with it. And Jeepers Creepers, actually, I mean that they do quite a bit of that as well. There's a lot of groaner moments in that film that I don't remember. Like specifically going back, going back to that abandoned church. You're like, oh, come on, really? But of course, I mean, you got to do it.
They come up with a lot of excuses not to phone the police, but really it's like, mate, just phone the police. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
What are you
I was
doing?
groaning hard.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of there's still tropes in it and whatnot, but the shining factor was the character development.
I think the film would have been 10 times more successful if it was made 10 years before, because it was kind of on the end tail of serial killer kind of movies. Like what's it, early 2000s, like 2001.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, it was kind of a tired genre by then. So it was just, I don't think it got the kind of heat that maybe it should have, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to point out. Tuncer, what you saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I actually horror movies kind of scare me as a child, so I never really watched any horror movie before. This was one of my first ones actually. But I ended
Oh,
up
it's
kind of liking
horrible.
it. There was
Wow.
a I don't know why I had this weird thing with horror movies. I would get frustrated with the protagonists making really dumb decisions all the time. I'd be like, just get out of there, move to a different town. What are you doing? Anyway, I
Oh
enjoyed
man,
it. I like
you're
the
in the right
monster
place.
itself. No, it's cool because I like the artistic part of it, like the monster designs and everything.
I
That
hear you.
fascinates me. Yeah.
So
So were you scared at any moment during the uh
No, not at all. I'm almost 30 now, so I was just,
well
if anything, I was groaning and moaning, but I wasn't scared. I was not scared.
I was
Okay.
not scared.
I hope that's convincing.
we got some more shit talk in the chat. Dylan Pierpont. What's up,
I
Dylan? He said when did James get a beard? It's not a beard. I'm just a little scruffy.
just got a bit lazy. I remember the first time I watched Jeepers Creepers, and I was about 11, and it just happened to come on television, and I knew nothing about it. And my mum's friend was around at the time, and we just bought some trash film. And then we all started watching it. And by the end of the night, my mum's friend was too scared to walk home, even though she was like a neighbour. My mum had to walk home. It really scared me for an 11-year-old, that's for sure. Because I think the start of it is quite spooky because it's something that could happen to you, like an angry driver is spooking you off the road. That's something that is realistic until he gets his bat wings.
That truck was that murder truck
Cool,
was
yeah.
impressive.
It's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was a nice element. That was another appreciated element to that, which was also from Unsolved Mysteries. You guys, again, Jeepers Creepers. Davis pointed out is all the first 20 minutes is based on an Unsolved Mysteries episode. So we'll put a link in the video description later on so you guys could check it out. It's pretty cool.
Can you imagine how different the film would have been if Jeepers Creepers was in a minivan? Little Volkswagen minivan coming up to you.
It would just be like a hippie chasing you then.
Like, get out of here, Jeepers Creepers, you ridiculous old winged bastard.
Jeepers Karen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, all right. Well, you guys ready to give things a little share? We got a few people in the chat. Who do you who do you guys want to let's let the chat decide who they want to see first, I guess.
Cool.
Stinks.
I know, let the chat decide, these
Yeah.
maniacs.
Yeah, let's let
Nothing
these
but
guys decide.
wild men.
Someone said I saw the second film first when I was 9, and it scared me so much, especially because I lived near a cornfield. Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay, we got one for top left. Big T. We got Big T. Tuncer.
All right, Big T.
For the
I
hat
get
guy
a
first.
little. It's a little cold outside today, so just bear with me
Got
one sec.
ladies first. We got 2 for Tuncer though. We got T-Bone.
Should I show it?
Okay,
Sure.
yeah. You're up. We got you're first, and we got
Is my hat that intriguing?
and then the hat guy,
So-
which is Luke. You guys, his name's Luke.
This is my redesign.
Oh, I love the heads. That's cool.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
kind of have him carry the what's the name of it? The heads around. He's got like giant trousers. I don't know, and a bunch of belts that he collects from his victims.
The top part's running
Oh,
a
man.
little bit dark on my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me zoom
Oh,
in.
there we
That's
go.
cool though.
Yeah,
What
I
was the
wanted to.
inspiration for making it? Oh, sorry.
I just really like the creepy lighting. Like he's not exactly
cool.
lit all the way up top. I wanted to kind of leave that up to the imagination. It may be too contrasty now that I realize it, but yeah, it's it. He doesn't have like a axe or cleaver. He just has something that he found laying around in a junkyard or something, and meat
Yeah.
hooks. That's how he carries his loot.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you like it?
Yeah, I see
I
you
like
thickened them up some too.
Oh yeah. I made him super, huge, muscly guy. I thought that's how he can like lift up cards or punch through cards, no problem. And a little detail is that I made him eat a lot more fish, so he's got fish
you
fins
know.
and also like
Yeah.
some webs. Yeah, he's a pescatarian.
Well, that's a cool idea. I didn't think of that to add like maybe he eats other things too, not just humans. Like if
Yeah.
things are running a little bit dry or something, you know.
Oh, I guess I made it too dark though. Sorry about that.
No,
Here,
no, it's
maybe
good,
that'll
dude.
help a little bit
That's
more.
Oh,
cool.
that looks nicer actually. It doesn't ruin it when you bring up the contrast.
No, I
Looks
like
better.
that.
All right,
I
great.
like that the focus is on just his tools of killing. It's kind of creepy. So the first thing you see is just the heads and the hook.
Yeah.
That's kind of that. For that to be the first thing you see, and he means business.
Well done.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
And he's thick like James pointed out.
With 3 C's.
What a
He's
unit.
got
Yeah,
the giant
thick
feet
with-
running around bare feet though.
Yeah, well, I figure a monster that size wouldn't be able to find shoes.
It's true.
So I mean, they don't come in
Does this
huge
creeper
sizes
fly?
like that. Mine swims more.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Just like
Redesign.
Yeah, it's it.
Remix.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm glad you guys seem to like it.
That's cool.
That's bitching, dude. Yeah, really, really nice.
Thanks, man.
I like
Should
that.
stop-
Do you imagine him having his the weird gills on his head that he has in the film? Do you imagine them in your design, him having them up more regularly? Or only
Yeah,
when-
yeah. I think like when he's excited, they get up. They get nice and erect.
Nice
Thank you.
choice.
You know, they go full.
So he's a man. He's a male then. He's a male. I got it.
He's a male. He's a male seeking his female companion, but he gets hungry on the
Yeah.
way.
Trying to get a little head.
because he's sexually frustrated and so he's just like, fuck, I'm just gonna murder.
Yes,
I'm just gonna fucking murder.
exactly. He hates couples. That's it.
it makes him jealous.
It makes him jealous.
Tonka Radio said Godzilla legs. I like it.
Yeah. That's cool.
I
Kicks in any door.
inner city pigeon, a humanoid. He says a humanoid killer whale. That's kind of an interesting.
Oh, that's cool. That would have been a better design.
the
think.
bug behind you says, I like the hands. They look like big, strong hands.
All the better for cuddling.
That's funny. Yeah, dude. Bitchin' design, dude. Really like
Way
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. This
I
was a
like the
fun
little
project.
Yeah, the spotlighting you got on the it's in the right
Yeah, it's
spot.
cool
so for
lighting.
sure. Well,
Next time, more light. It's
No,
a
no,
little
it's-
bit too dark.
That's a cool rendering.
yeah, when you change it that's all it needed. I think you're good. Lights good.
All right, nice.
Yeah. Lights good.
Awesome. Thank you. Should I stop screen sharing now?
Sure. We can move on. Do you have anything else you want to say about your design?
No, that's it. First time seeing Jeepers Creepers, and that was a lot of fun to redesign, actually, especially after watching the movie.
Oh, right on, man. Well, you did some
Really
bitchin'
cool.
work, dude, for sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys wanted to see the hat guy, which the hat guy, for your information, is Luke Schroder. so let's see the hat guy.
Alrighty. Alright, let's see here. How do you do that again? You gotta share. Yeah.
Well, he forgets
Okay.
every time.
There we go. I've chosen to screw around
Oh, sick.
the name of it. Jeepers Creepers. There's two of them.
Is it his pet?
And as you
Oh,
can
that's cool.
maybe gather from seeing them boys, it's a two-part of a thing. I didn't really expand too much on the character in my rendering here, but I love the way the head opened, and when you see him like really agitated, that head opens up, and it's just the best thing. So I wanted that motif to be almost all over his body. So I I moved like these flaps kind of things all over. I don't know if you can see those.
Yeah.
So a lot more of his body would open up, and show that he's super engorged and ready.
Oh, that's a cool feature. So do they connect, or do they like do they just work as a team?
I'm happy you asked, Jim, because yes, they do connect.
Is that a
Yeah.
guitar?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Every 23 years or something. I think I had it in my head like that they work independent of each other for certain parts, and then that 23rd spring comes along and they come together
Reunion.
and form an awesome band.
That's a
Okay,
cool
yeah.
idea.
So I just like my idea of how it looks with the skin flaps and stuff open is not too far from how it is, but uh, how did I have it? So the top part, he he doesn't get to eat. Where are
Oh,
you?
that's sad.
Sorry,
Aw.
he doesn't get to eat, but he gets to hunt and find because he gets the peepers,
Oh, he's got the
and
peepers. Okay.
yeah, so he's I guess jeepers, and this other guy is creepers.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome, dude.
stupid.
No, that's
So
good.
he doesn't get to eat. But when they come together, this lower jaw fits into the upper jaw with those flaps opening, and then the interlock, and then he's ready for some fucking action.
And
And
and that's when does, I mean, your version, does it feed like every year, or and then separately, and then when the 23 mark hit your the 23-year mark hits, that's when they join together and then really have some fun.
yeah, I think up until that point, maybe this head honcho here, he gets to gather and imprison. And I didn't get to really show, but I like the way he preserved those bodies. In that first one, when you get to see that just hall of preserved bodies, it's the best.
Mm.
And but they describe them as almost like petrified. I'd rather it be like kind of tanned, harvested flaps of skin that he can manipulate, and it's all of a certain shape he likes to hammer out to make his body up. So he gets to harvest and do all that. And this little fucker, I don't have a backstory for him, but he'll join in, and the jaw comes up here. Obviously, these go over the shoulders, and uh, dick goes right there, and
That's
it's
as it
it's a
goes where
very
the dick
deeply.
goes.
Well, I know.
Yeah, everybody
Uh,
knows that.
yeah,
I don't
very
even know why I said
jeepery,
it.
very creepery, but not a huge redesign. I had this in my head since we left that last meeting, and I just kept doing little sketches and little versions in my mind. He didn't always play guitar, but I think he picked it up. And I mean,
Good choice.
It
it's
kind of
pretty
makes
electrifying.
it makes sense to a degree because I thought it was kind of weird that in the movie that he was into arts and crafts.
Yeah, definitely.
So why not into music?
Wait, he's got a roadie next to him? Is that
Yes, absolutely. He's
that's
a
a
big
fan girl?
fan of the JC.
Okay, yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. That's funny.
So there we go. I was too busy to actually put a lot of rendering into it, but I'm pretty happy with the concept I got down, and chose to do a more illustrative scene, I guess, to depict them both instead of true concept art. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, the bug behind you, he says the legs come scrambling through town, running over to him, maybe to go get go to a convenience store and hold nachos with one leg. So well,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, I'm sure this guy's got so many ways he uses those. His double body.
Yeah.
That's really sick.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Luke.
It's
Bitchin'
very,
idea.
That's cool, man.
it's kind of wacky. I like it.
Yeah, I decided to get wacky. Like I like a creeper. How do I stop? There we go. It seems to have enough humor into him, especially in that second one.
Yeah. Oh, that's he all his facial expressions in the second one.
Wait,
They're quite hilarious.
Is that the bus one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I
I
remember
love that.
thinking that one was okay too. I haven't seen it in a long time though, so
I love that when
It's
there's
alright,
just like kids in a row and he's all like, "Nope, turn around, next one."
Yeah, that's really funny.
All right, so
Thank you very much.
yeah, that
There I
was a
am.
bitch and work, Luke. Bitch and work. Let's see the chat. I see an Twix711 says I see an image when he ate and has body parts hanging out of the interconnections of those two. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So who do you guys want to see next? Since you guys are popping. We go here, here, here. Got it. All right. So no. Oh, keep going clockwise. Let's just keep doing that. I like that suggestion.
Beautiful.
All right, Davis. Let's not make this hard.
Oh yeah, let's do that. All right, just hit share screen, right? Sorry, I'm not used to this.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
in the bottom left-hand corner. You'll see.
That's wild. That's scary as hell, dude. Oh,
Oh, cool! Wow, nice. He is not happy.
What?
He's not.
I don't
happy
even
with
know what you guys are seeing.
your
Oh,
screen.
Right now we see Jeepers Creepers. I mean, we see the creeper.
Okay, yeah, okay.
As
Then
intended.
let me walk you through it because now I don't like the whole thing where his head just kind of blossoms out, if you will, like a flower. So I kind of I stuck more to redesigning that aspect of the creeper. Now we have a picture here of this like prom photo, I guess. This is him with some chick
yes.
just hanging out with her in the moonlight. I don't know if she's very excited to be around that guy. But yeah, what I did is I decided that instead of how it was before, his face is actually going to pop out. Just opens up like that.
Oh,
It's more
Look at those feet.
insectoid like.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from like looking at insects. We'll just zoom in over there, and you can see his little mandibles and his little mouth going on with all sorts of teeth in
He
there.
definitely chews for sure. He doesn't just gobble it up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I
how
figured,
it really changes him.
Man, that's awesome.
I feel
Oh,
like the
thank you.
rows of teeth rotate at different directions. It just kind of grinds the meat and the bone and everything.
Efficient.
Yeah, whatever he doesn't need, he just swallows. But I figured that the mandibles might be more like surgical devices. So like if he needs like let's say if he needs this girl's lovely button nose, then he might just cut it off where he needs it. Or maybe he needs those lovely eyes. He always loves eyes, this guy. Maybe he would
Oh,
separate them with those mandibles
Yeah.
there. And then have a nice place
I'm
to put it in
imagining
that disgusting mouth of his.
So you might chew a little less. You're saying one of those choice body parts.
It's a really cool little like
Yeah.
layered shift that is. That's fun.
I
Yeah,
like
I'd like to see those blink.
I like the claws around the eyes. For sure. Like that's a.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in an earlier version of it, the those mandibles around the eyes would control where the eyes would move and whatnot. I took some inspiration from puppets and how those things operate, but I don't know if it's sold very well at the end of the day. But
It makes
that's
my
what I
eyes
came
feel
up with.
scratchy.
Yeah.
There you go. But I don't know. They're on a lovely date. It's a moonlit night, and they're having a good go of it.
It's
So,
nice to see the more romantic side of him.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
it's
what I
like one of
think.
them Harlequin fuck books.
Wait, what?
And they're in front of a romantic fire. I can see in the background there.
Yeah, like they just had some barbecue or something, you know, or like a pig.
I hope
an
they
evening
have
picnic.
protection.
Has he
Yeah.
proposed? And she's like, oh my goodness.
He's all, well, guess what? Guess what, bitch?
He's not
I
Freddy
got just-
Krueger.
I just got a little baggage, and it's this. Oh,
Yeah.
Look
man.
at flip it again. Flip it
I'm
again.
not like other guys.
Wooga booga. Go.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
great.
It's a lot of fun.
The face only a mother could love. Well, yeah, it was a pretty fun job, you know, trying to reimagine what that thing would look like.
Yeah,
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 that's
for
cool.
sure. It has its challenges for sure. The bug
Mhm.
behind you says the hidden lore behind Davis's piece is the mouth is actually inspired by a scar that some guy named Broski has. So is that true?
Huh.
Is it,
I don't know what he's talking about. He might be talking about some referential stuff that has no business
He's
on
trying
this
to make that
stream.
baseball.
Yeah, I think so. We won't get into it.
Okay, that's some secret shit. All right, no worries. All right. Yeah, man, cool, dude. I like that. My favorite part's the little eye man.
Oh yeah.
Wooga booga.
What's funny is every time that I would do this, I'd be working on it, and I'd switch over to the other face. You have to make some kind of weird sound, like
Booga booga.
bah, bah, yeah, booga booga or blah. It's just involuntary. But
my
anyway,
All right, man. Well, good job, dude.
appreciate
It's a
it.
lot of fun. That one.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going clockwise. All right. Well, that means I'm next. All right.
Oh shit.
All right. So, no, that's not it. Stop that. That's not it. This is it. All right. So,
Oh, sick.
Oh,
Oh, man.
shit,
That's
Whoa.
so this is mine.
dear God,
Well,
that's fucking crazy town.
oh, thanks, man.
And the tail is awesome. It's really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Wait, are
I-
those hands that
Wow.
are
Yeah,
around the chest?
Yeah, well, he takes people's body parts, right? So we got
Oh,
like
Yeah.
sick.
a
Yeah,
little,
I
a
really
little
like
bit of
that.
a little
It's
bit
really
of
nice,
someone's
yeah.
head right here, and then like some
Oh, ew.
the hands and you know, his face opens up. I was gonna design it further and do a version with it closed too, where his face is closed, but I didn't have time and I was running out of steam working on this one. But I might go back to it. My idea was to have him when the wings are closed, almost have like a painted face that's on the back of the wings, so it kind of looks like a face from
A
afar.
bit like a butterfly kind of thing.
Yeah, like a butterfly. That's right. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like what was it? Replica? Was that old movie with the cockroach
I
monster?
haven't seen that.
And also, that's not his body. So he uses bodies and like this is like some construction worker or something that's kind of gradually changing into his form.
Oh.
Now, if you, this is his body.
Yeah, he's just
Oh, mate.
Oh,
You went all out. Shit.
wow.
Yeah, I love
That is so fucking great.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
That's
you
cool.
really ripped me off, but that's cool.
It's interesting. Luke and I had a similar idea in the last with Jason from the last episode, and this time we kind of had a similar-ish idea with this too.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So
It's interesting.
so yeah, and then he's kind of growing asymmetrically. Like there's like a hand kind of growing.
Mm.
Like it's part of this wing where you got some bones and stuff sticking out over here, and then I don't know.
I like that you've kind of given with his head flaps. You've given him a more kind of iconic silhouette than in the movie, which is quite cool. So he's a bit more recognizable because he's kind of a bit, to an extent, he's kind of a bit generic. So you've given him more of a branding in there.
Yeah, those are even more wings that he's got. That's pretty cool. Damn.
I like to
Very
think if he got chopped off, then his head could just fly around.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
then
yeah.
he would take other parts and attack it in other ways, and I mean that's kind of what happened in the other movies, right? He lost his
Yeah.
head, and then
Yeah.
he ate someone else's head. They thought they killed him or something. That's what I remember vaguely.
Yeah.
But
He regrows them based on what he eats.
yeah. So, and then I figured maybe with the eyes, like, you know, he's kind of a hoarder. Like maybe right now he doesn't have eyes, but he can like eat people and get more eyes
He's
later
Right.
on.
Bad.
That's greedy.
So yeah.
Oh, like he's got a little face on his shoulder. That's
Yeah,
spooky.
Yeah.
Like he's taken, you know, it's just another element from
Oh
humans.
nah.
Eating a
Is
casual
that a baby?
baby.
Is that a baby's head?
And
Oh,
no, it's
That
just,
looks
no.
like
it's
a
just
baby. Yeah.
he you know, he dines fine sometimes. He eats a baby once in a while.
Ooh, crossing the line.
Oh, it could have been
Oh,
a
this
mother
guy.
with child.
No,
Oh,
Oh
I
made
mean,
it more
gosh.
sure,
dark.
if you want to get real
I made
dark.
it even more dark. Shit.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Getting a
Made
bit
it way
weirder.
too dark. Sorry.
That's badass, man.
Well, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that how you took away the body there to
Yeah, the reveal.
show that.
Yeah. There's a
Dang.
lot of thought in that.
That's such a cool, creepy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty inspired. That's crazy.
Gotta
Yeah.
throw that
great
to the
job,
couple
man.
right there.
Sangir 7582 says, "Damn, this thing looks like it crawled right out of hell."
It does. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
And that bug behind you says this doesn't even seem demonic. Looks like a spawn of some elder beast. What's an elder beast?
Oh,
Yeah.
so the eternal
me there.
beasts from H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. So that's my design. Thanks for taking a peek.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
It's like a night gaunt. It's awesome.
And then let's see.
It's a really cool one.
All right, Sally, you're up.
Right. Well,
I gotta follow that.
Fuck off. Give me a break. But I was thinking because he dresses quite like he almost dresses quite Western in his approach, but like a quite 1800s, like cowboyish mountain men. So I kind of took him back. Well, how was it he actually was back in the 1800s? But instead of being confused for a cowboy or a criminal or something, perhaps he could be confused to be an Indian or something, or some kind of tribal man or an animal in the woods. So my thought was something like this. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah. So I was thinking this. So he's kind of lurks around in the forests, going after people's cabins in the wilderness to steal their body parts and stuff. And people might see him on their trails and think, oh, it's an Indian, because they've only heard tales of Indians. They've never actually seen one. Or maybe it's a bear or something, because he would just be lurking in the darkness. And that was kind of my idea. And I kind of tried to stick the whole idea of he has little mandibles that fold out and stuff. And I kind of tried to give him more devilish, kind of folklore-y kind of devil appearance with the, almost cartoonish kind of horns. And I just kind of like the idea of him kind of just stalking in the trees and is something almost more claustrophobic about the idea of him stalking the roads back in history, because there was literally no help then. Wouldn't you just pick off a wagon trail slowly or something?
That looks like straight out of some, culture's real folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was kind of
Like
what I was playing on. Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, Wendigo or Skinwalker.
Yeah. Because especially because there'll be no evidence or anything. People just like, oh, there's this weird hairy man going around, and it becomes a story over time. Well, in the third movie, it seems everyone knows Jeepers Creepers is around and stuff, and the police are all investigating it and stuff, and it's very over the top in a not very good way, and it's kind of like this is just getting too out of hand. But if you took it back 200 years or so, then it's something that'd be completely believable, because a whole village could be under the idea of they're being attacked by a monster. While if that happened today, then it would be like international news kind of thing.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Inner City Pigeon says those wrists are super creepy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Little creepy wrists.
yeah. I like the elongated hands. That definitely adds to the creep factor, for sure.
I think I strayed quite a bit away from his original design quite drastically, but I felt I could do that because he didn't have so much of a soul and a character as say the other characters we've done. So there's less attachment to that. While with the others, it was like I can't lose his soul. I can't lose his soul. But with this one, it's like I have a lot more freedom with that because he doesn't really have a personality as much as other characters would.
I agree. It does let you off the leash a little bit more with this one.
Mm.
Yeah,
And I just wanted to be a bit
Yeah,
more
and also-
experimental than before as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, go on, Tons.
I was gonna say his form depends on his environment and what he eats anyway as well. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Like is he wearing that like a
like fur or something, yeah, just kind of like because it's cold and stuff, just kind of like I really like the idea of him just like lurking in the darkness. It's like, and people confusing him for an animal or something, you know, in the snow or something.
what if like what if like he like Tuncer's, he said he like ate fish and stuff, that his ate fish.
Yeah,
Like
Mm.
what if yours is like eating like wolves and shit, and then that's where it
ate a big
Oh,
bear,
shit.
maybe, yeah.
started getting like hairy
Yeah.
and stuff from it, and then like start eating humans too, so it has has some human
Yeah.
features as well.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Wait,
I like how the eyes are completely blind as well. It looks
Yeah, those
like.
dead eyes. I
Yeah.
love it.
I was kind of imagining like perhaps at nighttime someone could see him in the woods just by the glint of his eyes reflecting back, you know, how a cat's eye would or something. And
Oh,
that
don't
Oh,
scare
yeah.
me.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
just like watching and preying on houses, you know, because he would get like little homesteads in the middle of nowhere with no one around for miles, you know. So he would have a much easier job killing people back in the 1800s than today.
yeah, for sure. Even with how his hands are a little bit extended, it almost looks kind of wolf-like, like how a wolf.
yeah, paws almost. Yeah.
Werewolf transformation.
No,
Yeah.
it's interesting. It I don't know. It just gets the juices flowing in my head when I was thinking about him like hunting wolves and just whatever creatures are in the wilderness,
Yeah.
and also killing like humans and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dig it. Let's see. The bug behind you says the wrists make it look like the hands are surgical tools. Yeah, for sure. And Marina says, love it. The background is great. Really like the way it's lit.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, the lighting is great.
Mm.
Really nice touches there.
It was after everyone doing more illustrative pictures last time, I was like, I want to do an illustration this time. And I see Luke thought the same way. It's like, I want to do an illustration as well. It's so much more fun doing an illustration.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know when you make Christmas gift cards of this. So
Yes.
send it
I love
to
it.
the family.
That's what my husband said. He said, it looks like a Christmas card.
Wish you were here so I could eat you.
Merry Christmas. But yes, that's my Jeeper McCreeper.
That bug behind you said, imagine it looming over someone with its hands over the body, fingers moving independently, cutting away for what parts it needs. Yeah, for sure. Creepy hands for the women.
Well, that's
But,
cool.
well, right on. Well,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that one. I found it a lot more fun because the flexibility of him having less personality, it really gives you so much more freedom. Like the other
Yeah, that's a
characters,
good
like
call.
you've done like Freddy, Chucky, and Jason, which are all so iconic that it's just like, oh, this is a hard one because you've got to stick to a certain guideline until it becomes something completely different.
Yeah, if you stray too far, you risk just losing the soul, as you guys said earlier. Well, we got a good amount of people in the chat. now. What would you guys like to see redesigned next? Let's see if and while we're waiting for people to type shit, let's what do you guys want to do?
I'm kind of at a loss here, but while we were discussing all those great drawings, I got a little bit more time to kind of finish up mine, you know, and so I could kind of get my point across more if I could just share one more time.
Yeah. Please do, Luke.
Okay.
We're ready for Luke's surprise because Josh.
All right. So, like again, I was telling you about my how my cool ideas were, and I got I want to do more of a folklore-ish kind of thing, but I liked how the head opened up on the female. I never got to represent that right, so the female's face opens up. I mean, a lot like the cool one I showed you before. Not like James. His was not that cool. So my the female. I'm pointing at my screen, by the way. her face opens up just like I
We're
discussed.
following.
And then this one, yeah, it's a lot more like a Christmas card. I was kind of going for that, trying to get a holiday folklore feel. I was going for like I don't know if that had been discussed. I was listening the whole time and I watched the movie, but
Yeah,
like
that's
what
pretty good.
settlers. I'm done.
That looks great and completely original.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I tried to do with the character like Jeepers Creepers. It really helps to see what maybe four other good artists do, so you can blatantly rip it off.
They look like the perfect couple now.
Oh yeah, they're really hot and heavy when they want to be.
Well, we got
That's awesome.
the chat filled up a little bit. But before we go to the chat, but what that was awesome, Luke.
Thank you.
That was great.
I had to do something.
What? Yeah, for sure, because Josh boned out on us, but that's all right. What do you guys want to do, and then we'll see if that lines up with what the chat wants to do too. And maybe
Oh
that'll
gosh,
get their juices flowing too.
I wish I would have thought about it beforehand. Putting me on.
I've got. Well, actually, might not count, but it'll be interesting to see everyone's interpretation of the Blair Witch because we never know what she looks like. So that'll be an interesting. That could be something a bit different.
Okay.
That's completely up in the air.
That's very up in the air.
Yeah, you never see her, do you?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Because that gives you complete freedom on what to design.
Yeah,
Then.
it's completely.
I know I keep bringing up Pumpkinhead for the same reason. I mean, you do see him, but we can take that anywhere we want to. But I'm not married to the idea. I don't really care.
You're obsessed.
I'll let it go.
He loves Pumpkinhead. Luke loves Pumpkinhead. The guy with the
watermelon butt would be great.
All right, so we got some feedback in the chat. Inner City Pigeon says Tremors.
Ooh, that's nice.
Bastard Beast says Warhammer Chaos Spawn. Dylan.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I was like, what?
It's from the Games Workshop. You guys heard of Warhammer or Warhammer 40,000? So like we do like the plan for the show is to both do stuff from any, well, just to do anything from any entertainment. So that does count. So if from games or movies. So obviously with the games, if you don't own, we don't own all the games, but we could like do a little bit of research and see what the character's about, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we move on to games, man. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we could do that at any point. So we're not locked into movies. So just so you guys know. Adrian Blom says Tremora. What's Tremora? I don't know what. And then
Tremors.
It might be. Oh yeah, maybe my vision's getting shit.
Tremors.
Okay. And then Red Cap. Anybody heard of Red Cap?
No.
Red Cap. No.
We got
it's from
one,
Twilight or something.
One for the It's Twilight. The creature from the Black Lagoon. Kilovsky says Xenomorph, which could be fun. And then
I straight up don't want to do a Xenomorph.
Don't? Okay. because that's a tough one, right? That's a
It'll
really
be
hard.
extremely hard.
That's a
that
really
much.
hard one.
It's going against the master.
Toxics says oh wait, the Emperor. Oh no, he's saying something else. I don't know what that. Dylan says new breed of vampire from Blade.
Hmm.
Oh, that could be interesting.
And we sort of just did it with Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Vampires got mandibles.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna make it pink.
it's got a girlfriend.
Prom night.
that
Sparkles like a diamond in the sun.
that bug behind you says, what if you turn one of the creatures from Neverending Story into an abomination? Or is that strictly
Oh.
a movie monster show?
Oh no.
That's kind of a cool idea.
Marino says the new Cloverfield monster would be cool too. I haven't seen Cloverfield, so I have no idea. We got another bastard beast who really wants 40K. He wants Warhammer shit.
Well, maybe we can get Adrian Smith to join us for that one.
Oh, dude, Jesus, yeah, that guy's full autistic. He's fucking amazing. Bastard Beast says kaiju. He's got a lot of suggestions. Kate wants Pumpkinhead. Kate Wax Lover. Gremlins, Tremors or Gremlins. Gremlins could be cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Blair Witch, Krampus. Hellraiser would be awesome to see. That's what.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they said.
You know we're getting to Hellraiser. Stay tuned.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite films. I love that film. Very good.
Oh, what did he say? Adrian Blom says Red Cap is from Irish and Scottish lore. He dips his cap into the blood of his victim. Oh, that's pretty dark. That's pretty...
Can we just write a song about him, or?
and Dylan said the nun from. I imagine. I think I skipped over that one. He said the nun from what's that show, Dylan? I don't know if you're still in there. The scary nun. You guys know what I'm talking about?
The Nun.
Yeah.
From the film The Nun.
Conjuring.
I think it's called The Nun, yeah.
The nun from The Conjuring. Okay.
We could do The Exorcist from The Exorcist.
Well,
He was the scariest part of that movie.
Okay, so we got a few. Any of those ring a bell with you guys? Help me out here. I'm swimming.
I think.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a lot
Yeah.
of great, good ones in
I
there.
think you should just decide, James. You're the boss.
Really
There you go.
I'm gonna go xenomorph, and Luke doesn't want to do that.
Oh no.
That's evil.
You guys want to fuck around? We could do something real fucking hard like the xenomorph.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I ain't scared of you, though.
if you got other
That's
suggestions,
the deep pool.
Oof.
okay,
He's shitting his pants.
Yeah, he's pooping right now. Okay, so I vote xenomorph. Anybody else? Put your votes.
Yeah,
in.
I'll vote for it. I'll vote Xenomorph then.
All right.
Do it.
Hey, I'm down for whatever.
Career
If you want to
suicide.
xenomorph, let's do it.
It's gonna be fucking hard. Tunce, you got any other suggestions, or you gonna go with the flow?
No, I haven't seen the Alien yet either, so that's great.
Okay.
Oh, Luke did not like that reply.
Don't watch it before bed, okay? Because you had those issues in the past.
All right, okay.
He's gonna kill this, you know. He's gonna absolutely destroy it.
Oh yeah, and just so you guys know, Dylan in the chat will be on our next show. So that will bring
All right,
us
Dylan. He gets to
that'll
do his
bring us
xenomorph too.
He'll be doing his xenomorph as well. So
Let's do
he
it.
said it's on.
Is
Oh, shit.
Josh going to be here next time?
I don't know. Josh is going to be busy with school and all that kind of stuff. So
He doesn't belong here anymore. We don't like him anymore
he's-
anyway.
He's ruining Luke's surprise, but I like what he did today. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm still gonna jump on whatever.
Yeah. Let's keep that
I
going.
take
That was
credit for all
busy.
the ideas.
It was fun.
I guess that concludes our show, guys. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Monstieur. Don't go to
Monster.
Monster Palooza.
I'm not going to be there. The next one will be on the 19th. So the 19th, that's a Monday on the 19th of August. So we will see you there. So
Yes, sir.
we'll do like a little. I like that. This is better. I like that. That's better. Yeah. This
Oh, there's the.
Tuncer, you're doing
I'm
it.
doing
You're
it too.
You're doing it
Let's
naked.
get monstered.
All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
All right. See. Have a good day, guys.